I've been helping people get into business school for 17 years. I have talked one-on-one directly with over 4,000 MBA applicants. We do these free calls where we help you learn about our services, decide how to work with us to achieve your dreams if we have the right package for you. And in the process, we get to know you, your goals, your plans, and your profile. And in these calls, of which I have done more than 4,000 over my career, I have discovered that most MBA applicants make 1, 2, or 3 very common mistakes. Today, I'm going to tell you what those 3 mistakes are and how to avoid them yourself. Stick around to the end, because if you're applying in January, I have a special offer for you that you are not going to want to miss. Welcome back to MBA Monday. I'm Angela, an MBA coach, a career coach, the founder of Career Protocol and MBA Protocol, and Happy at Work. Before I tell you the 3 big mistakes that I observe MBAs making year after year after year after year, let me tell you a little bit more about myself. I'm a philosopher by nature. I studied philosophy in college. Then I was a preschool teacher. I was an HR manager. I went to Booth to get my own MBA. And then I joined BCG as a management consultant. I was a screenwriter, and then eventually I was a recruiter of MBA talent for BCG. That was before I started coaching MBAs to get into their dream schools. So all the work that I do and all the work that we do at MBA Protocol to coach our students to achieve their dreams rests on this foundation of philosophy, storytelling, and thinking like a management consultant. We're trying to help you prepare yourself, not just to get into school, but to actually be ready to get a job at BCG, because that's the only bar that I know, is that really high bar. That's the high bar that I'm holding all of our students to as they go through this process, and the skills that we're helping them build so that they don't just get in, but they're ready for their dream job, whether it's consulting or not. Consulting has a particular kind of rigorous thinking, problem solving, and analytical logic to it that any MBA really should master during their MBA program, and ideally even exhibit before they apply. So the 3 mistakes that I see applicants make align with where they're out of whack vis-a-vis those ambitions. The number 1 mistake that applicants make when they come to a call with me is that they are indulging in weakness thinking. Almost everyone's first question is, what's wrong with my profile? Or what do I need to fix? Or what do I need to do to make myself a better candidate? And while it is very useful in life to look for areas for development and to attempt to grow and to address aspects of your life and your skill set that aren't as strong as you would like them to be, approaching MBA admissions with a weakness mindset will destroy your entire candidacy. It will, first of all, likely force you to lowball yourself, applying to worse schools than you could possibly get into. It will force you to frame your whole application as a compensation for what's wrong with you or what's weak about you or what maybe doesn't make you stand out as much as other candidates might. And it ends up putting a whole defensive or justification sheen around the whole process and every word of your application. If you're writing to schools just hoping that they will forgive you for what's wrong with you so that they can let you in, your application is going to suck. And you're probably not going to aim high enough. Now, I say this last piece with extensive experience helping people get into reach and even moonshot schools. People with sub 3.0 GPAs, people with sub 680 or sub 70th percentile GMAT scores getting into top 3 schools, literally. People with unemployment, with recent criminal activity, people who were expelled from college, you name it. We have helped people get into top schools with any weakness imaginable. And the very first step in getting into a great school, whether you think you're a strong candidate or not, is letting go of weakness thinking and instead adopting the mindset that doing anything in life requires risk. Applying to business school is risky because no matter who you are, you're gonna get rejected. If you're aiming high enough, you will not get into every school that you apply to. And rejection is, in a weird way, one of the worst things that human beings can ever experience. But it's all right. Because if you do this right, you will get in somewhere. I've made so many videos talking about how whoever you are, wherever you're coming from, whatever weakness you're dealing with, you can get into business school. There is a business school that will accept you that's actually a great program. So the first thing you want to do if you're going to apply to top business schools is ditch the weakness thinking. Instead, take an honest assessment of your profile. If you want help doing this, you can use our free tool, MBA Mo. Go to mbamo.com and enter all the information that the form asks for. In the process of doing this, you will be cataloging everything about your candidacy that the admissions committee will see on paper. MBA Mo will then give you an odds readout based on the school of your choice, and you can run unlimited reports to find your odds profile at 30 top US schools and 10 top European schools. When you have that odds profile, then you understand how your profile matches the schools that you're targeting. So when you're applying, you want to choose a risk-balanced portfolio of schools. That means you want some reach schools, you want some match schools, and you want some safer schools. That's it. It's not about, are you good enough? Are you strong enough? Are your weaknesses going to destroy you? It's about balancing risk, choosing schools where some of them are going to be thrilled to have you, and some of them might have to compromise their average GMAT to let you in, but that if you didn't apply, you'd regret not applying. Shift number 1, from weakness to risk. The second big mistake that I see MBA applicants make really stems from the first one, and it is approaching this process like they're trying to game the system. They want to know, what's the secret? How can I get in to Harvard? How can I get into Stanford? Now, it's completely natural to ask this question, right? If you're going to change a light bulb and you've never changed a light bulb before, the first thing you're going to Google is, how do I change a light bulb? So you're going to ask, how do I get into Harvard? And that's not an invalid question, but it cannot be the basis of your application. To submit a strong candidacy to a top program, you need to actually flip the script. You need to remember that you are the customer. You're going to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to this program. So as you're looking at applying, the question in your mind shouldn't be, how can I get into this school? It should be, is this school right for me? And how can I make use of this program to achieve what's actually important to me? And if you approach it that way, you're going to do better research, you're going to network better, and you're going to write more compelling essays because you're writing to the school's admissions board as though you are a peer, as though you are a wise professional seeking a resource to help you achieve your goals, which is really what the school wants you to do, both when you're applying and when you get there. At some level, this is a transaction. You need to buy the MBA that is actually going to help you achieve your goals. So the lens on which school is right for me and why needs to start with you, not with the school. So if you combine these two pieces of advice, you flip the script from what's wrong with me to, let me choose the right set of schools that balances my risk portfolio. And then the second step is, now that I've got my risk portfolio, how do these schools help me achieve my goals? And when I'm there, what am I actually excited to contribute? Take a look at our school research template. I'm going to make this one free for yet another week so that you can go grab it. I'll put the link in the description below and also on the screen right here. This will give you a sense of the kind of things that you need to research as you're looking to choose the right program for you and to build your career through that MBA. All right, moving right along. We've shifted our thinking from weakness to balancing risk, and we've ditched the idea that we need to supplicate ourselves before the admissions committee. Instead, we're just going to show them the many ways that their product that they're offering is going to help us achieve our goals. The third huge mistake, and in some ways this is the biggest and saddest mistake that I see, and it relates to the first two. And the third mistake is this mentality. I have to wait until I have my test score to begin. I used to teach the GMAT. In fact, I was on the cover of a Manhattan Prep book many years ago. You can see it right here. And I quit teaching the test in favor of helping people with the rest of their application. Because juxtaposing the two things, I realized that by helping someone master the GMAT, I'm helping them check one tiny box on the application. By helping them complete their application, I'm helping them elevate their leadership, communication, and soft skills in a way that they will carry forward for the rest of their lives. And when I realized that, teaching the GMAT was no longer interesting to me, and I had to quit. Because this is the role that test plays in your life. It's a teeny box to check on the application. Remember I said we've helped people get into top schools with terrible, terrible test scores. And wherever your test score is, you definitely want to get the best score you can. I'm not saying that the GMAT and the GRE don't matter, but they are just one tiny little box on the application. And if you're going to get into a top school, into a great school, it's not going to hinge on that test score. It's going to hinge on everything else that you show them in your application. You may still be working on your test score. If so, keep at it. But don't delay your MBA applications any longer. You have to start working on the essays, on your resume, on the recommendations, on the substance of the application that is actually going to move the needle on your candidacy, whether you have a great test score, a mediocre test score, or a test score that ends up in the end as a weakness. Remember, the remedy for that is just to choose a balanced risk portfolio of schools where some schools might have to compromise their average test score to let you in, and other schools will actually be thrilled with your test score because it's at or above their average. That's how you got to play this. So if you're going to get into business school this year, the time is now. And I would love to help you. If you want to join our community where we're gathered and helping people apply to business school directly through coaching and all of our elite client-only resources and continuous support in a inspiring community of MBA applicants, you really want to join the LFG program. It's happening right now. I'm offering this program for a 75% discount. Sign up now. You'll be with us in an office hours in the next 2 or 3 days, and we will be guiding you towards completing your applications in time for the January deadlines, whether you have a test score already or not. Don't wait. That's mistake number 3, is letting that stupid test hold you back from pursuing your dreams with abandon. Okay. Hopefully it's clear by now. I am really rooting for you to be successful in your MBA applications and in achieving your MBA dreams. I hope to see you in the LFG community. And if not, I'm still rooting for you, and I'll be right back here next week. I'll see you next week. My voice is like
really husky right now.
La, 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 la. I'm just like removing all the nonsense. I'm just like, just listen to what I have to say. Don't look at my shirt. What did I say? What was I saying? Okay. No.